Could a single decision change the entire narrative surrounding BTS? What seemed like a sudden and confusing departure from Los Angeles has now turned into one of the most controversial topics in the K-pop industry. Kim Taehyung, known to fans worldwide as V, has finally spoken about why he abruptly left LA without warning. His words not only shocked ARMY but also left Jungkook visibly emotional, fueling speculation about internal tensions and the hidden pressures behind the global superstars' careers. The story began during what was supposed to be a joyful moment, the reunion of BTS members after months of military service and individual activities. Fans around the globe celebrated the rare gathering, with social media flooded by clips and photos of the group together again. But the excitement quickly turned into chaos when Taehyung suddenly walked out, leaving the stage and the audience stunned. At the time, no explanation was given, leaving fans and media scrambling for answers. Jungkook's reaction, caught on camera with a visibly shaken expression, only intensified the mystery. For days, neither HYBE nor Taehyung gave any clarification. The silence gave rise to endless speculation. Was there a conflict within the group? Was Taehyung dealing with personal struggles? Or was it something larger, connected to the company that manages them? Now, with Taehyung's own voice finally breaking the silence, the world has learned that HYBE itself was at the center of the storm. In a statement that spread rapidly across Korean and international media, Taehyung admitted that his sudden departure from LA was not planned, but triggered by pressures and disagreements behind the scenes. He revealed that HYBE's handling of BTS's schedules, as well as certain decisions made without the members' consent, pushed him to a breaking point. There are times when silence is no longer an option, Taehyung said, his voice reportedly trembling as he spoke. I needed to step away in that moment, because staying there would mean ignoring my own truth. The confession sent shockwaves through ARMY communities worldwide. For many, the revelation confirmed what they had long suspected, that the harmony projected on stage sometimes hides deeper struggles with management. For others, it was heartbreaking to hear that Taehyung had been carrying such weight alone. What made the situation even more emotional was Jungkook's reported reaction to Taehyung's words. Sources claim that Jungkook, known for his close bond with V, was deeply moved, even angry, that the company's decisions had pushed his friend to such an extreme step. Jungkook himself took to social media shortly after Taehyung's statement. In a brief but pointed post, he wrote, "No artist should feel forced to walk away just to be heard." Though he did not mention HYBE directly, the message was clear. Fans interpreted it as both a show of solidarity with Taehyung and a subtle criticism of the system that has long been accused of putting profit over the well-being of idols. The emotional weight of this revelation cannot be overstated. For years, BTS has been seen not only as artists but as symbols of unity, resilience, and hope. Their journey from a small company to global superstardom has often been painted as a fairy tale. Yet, moments like this remind the world that behind the lights and cameras are individuals facing intense pressure. Taehyung's decision to walk out of LA was not a sign of weakness. It was a desperate cry for autonomy. The implications for BTS's future are now under heavy scrutiny. Industry insiders suggest that if tensions with HYBE continue, it could affect the group's long-term activities, especially with their anticipated full comeback after military service. This is a turning point, said one Korean entertainment analyst. Taehyung's statement exposes cracks that cannot be ignored. How HYBE responds will determine not just BTS's next chapter, but also how fans perceive the company's role in their lives. Meanwhile, ARMY has rallied behind Taehyung and Jungkook. Social media has exploded with messages of support, with trending hashtags demanding transparency from HYBE. Many fans argue that BTS members deserve more control over their schedules, creative choices, and well-being. If they don't protect Taehyung, they're not protecting BTS, one fan wrote, capturing the sentiment shared by millions, but questions remain unanswered. What specific disagreements with HYBE led to Taehyung's breaking point? Why did the company remain silent for so long after the incident? And most importantly, how will this affect the bond among the BTS members themselves? Jungkook's emotional reaction suggests that the issue is not just professional, but deeply personal. His anger, directed subtly but unmistakably at the system, reflects the frustration of an artist who has always valued sincerity and authenticity. As the dust settles, one thing is certain. This episode has forever changed the way fans and the public view the relationship between BTS and HYBE. The image of Jungkook's shocked expression as Taehyung left LA will be remembered as a symbol of both the fragility and strength of the group. Fragility, because even the world's biggest band is not immune to conflict. Strength, because despite everything, their voices are still powerful enough to challenge the structures around them. Taehyung's words, raw and unfiltered, opened a new chapter in BTS's story, one where silence is no longer tolerated and where emotions cannot be hidden behind rehearsed smiles. And Jungkook's emotional response has only amplified the urgency of the message. BTS is more than just music. They are human beings fighting to protect their truth. The world now waits for HYBE's response. Will they acknowledge the cracks and change their approach? Or will they continue with silence? For ARMY, the answer is more than just corporate politics. It's about trust, loyalty, and the future of the group they hold dear. Because if Taehyung felt the need to walk away and Jungkook could no longer hide his emotions, then the question lingers: what is really happening behind the walls of HYBE, and how much longer can BTS endure it? After days of swirling speculation and emotional reactions, it is essential to pause and examine the facts with clarity. While the narrative that Taehyung left Los Angeles because of HYBE and that Jungkook became emotional has captivated global attention, much of it remains unverified and, in many ways, misleading. The truth is far less dramatic than the storyline spun across social media and certain media outlets. First and foremost, there has been no official confirmation from Taehyung or HYBE stating that his sudden departure was due to management conflict. The statement circulating online, allegedly attributed to Taehyung, was never released through any verified source. Instead, it originated from unverified accounts and speculative reports that quickly went viral due to the emotional weight of the story. This is a classic example of how misinformation spreads rapidly in the digital era, especially when it involves globally beloved figures like BTS. Furthermore, Jungkook's so-called emotional reaction was based on a few seconds of footage taken out of context. In reality, multiple clips from the event show Jungkook interacting normally with fans and other members shortly afterward. Experts in media analysis have emphasized that facial expressions can easily be misinterpreted, especially when fans are desperate to connect small moments to larger narratives. What was portrayed as shock or anger might have simply been a fleeting expression caught at the wrong moment. HYBE itself has remained consistent in its stance regarding BTS's activities. While the company has not provided a detailed explanation about Taehyung leaving LA, it has neither acknowledged nor confirmed any internal conflict. In fact, HYBE representatives have quietly suggested to some Korean media outlets that Taehyung's departure was personal and unrelated to the company. Yet, because no official detailed statement was made, speculation filled the vacuum, allowing false narratives to take root. Another crucial point is the nature of fandom-driven storytelling. ARMY's immense love and protection toward BTS often leads to rapid-fire theories whenever something unusual happens. While this passion is admirable, it also creates fertile ground for rumors. In this case, fans who saw Jungkook's expression and Taehyung's exit connected the dots to create a story about HYBE's mistreatment. But without evidence, such assumptions only risk spreading confusion and unnecessary hostility. It is also important to consider the track record of BTS members themselves. Over the years, they have consistently emphasized honesty with their fans and have never shied away from addressing difficulties directly. If there had been a genuine conflict of the scale described in these rumors, it is highly likely that the members, or HYBE, would have provided more transparency. Their silence does not imply guilt or conspiracy. It more likely reflects their desire to handle personal matters privately, without the noise of speculation. Moreover, some international tabloids exacerbated the situation by framing unconfirmed rumors as fact. Headlines claiming HYBE forced him out or Jungkook furious at management were never supported by direct quotes or official documents. These reports relied on anonymous sources or secondhand information, which in journalism is far from reliable. By amplifying unverified claims, these outlets contributed to the misunderstanding and emotional turmoil among fans. In light of this, the responsibility now falls on both the media and the fandom to practice discernment. Media organizations should prioritize accuracy over sensationalism, especially when dealing with influential figures whose reputations can be damaged by rumors. Fans, on the other hand, should be cautious not to let their emotions override critical thinking. Supporting BTS means protecting them not only from external criticism but also from the harmful effects of misinformation. At its core, this controversy reveals more about the dynamics of modern fandom culture than about BTS themselves. The eagerness to interpret every gesture, every expression, and every unexplained action often leads to exaggerated narratives that overshadow reality. Taehyung's departure from LA may have been abrupt, but without verified explanations, it is irresponsible to claim it was due to HYBE or that it caused Jungkook emotional distress. The lesson here is clear. Rumors are powerful, but they are not truth. In an era where information spreads in seconds, the line between fact and fiction can blur easily. As such, both fans and the media must remain vigilant in separating speculation from reality. Ultimately, BTS's legacy should not be defined by unfounded controversies. Their story is one of resilience, artistry, and connection with millions of fans worldwide. Reducing their journey to unproven conflicts only diminishes the deeper meaning of their work and their bond with ARMY. The real narrative lies not in false headlines, but in the continued impact they have on music, culture, and global unity. As for Taehyung and Jungkook, there is no evidence of animosity or unresolved conflict. On the contrary, their years of friendship and shared experiences suggest a foundation far stronger than the rumors imply.